Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, May 9th. It's 6:21 right now. Market's going to open in about 9 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, then we'll get started with our session for today. So it looks like we're almost there. Just got a few more things here to include. All right, looks good. All right, solid. All right, let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Looks good. All right, solid. I'll get a few more minutes for people to join the room. Once everyone's here, we'll get started with our analysis for this morning. So as people make their way in, I'm going to go ahead and mark up the liquidity. Over here. All right, looks good. Looks like we have quite a bit of liquidity here on the bottom end, which is going to be beneficial for us because we do have a what I'm assuming is a bearish bias for today. I'm going to go ahead and take a look to confirm, but for the most part, it does look like it's going to be a bearish bias for today. So I got this marked up right here on the 1 minute. I'm going to go over here to the clean chart, mark up liquidity, and then we will go along with our analysis for today. So, all right. Looks good. All right, easy as that, guys. I mean, if you guys have the K2 indicators, you guys can see how easy it is to mark up the liquidity. I mean, it takes me like a few seconds to do it. It doesn't really take any thinking or any guesswork. You literally just drop the liquidity where it's supposed to be. So let's see who's here. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Stern. Morning, Peter. Morning, Andreas. Morning, Maria. Morning, Marlon. Morning, David. Morning, Rashida. Morning, Mark. Morning, Solo. Morning, Jez. Morning, everybody. So today is Monday, May 9th. Happy Monday, everybody. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. It is 6:24 right now. Market's going to open in about 6 minutes. So I've got everything pretty much marked up here. I'll give it a few more minutes for people to make their way in. Then we'll start with our analysis for this morning. So pretty solid overall. Let me check the news real quick. I don't think there's any news today. Looking over here at the calendar, Monday, May 9th. There's news at 7. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to mark that up right here real quick. Just news at 7, and that's pretty much all that will be. I mean, for the most part, really worried about it. Anything else, anything other than that, there's nothing on the calendar. Unless like someone else here knows something like, Biden is speaking or anything like that, then, if you want to give us a heads up, that'd be great. Something that Kenny would probably know. He usually has all the fake news lined up on his YouTube, ready for him to watch. I don't know if Kenny's in here right now. Kenny's not. Actually, no, Kenny is here. So yeah, Kenny, if you have anything to share with this, feel free to let me know. I'll be checking my my box for any special links you've got. Yeah, I know, right? Hey, Kenny, morning. Morning, Craig. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Marco. Kirk said Biden's asleep. as always, right? Sleepy Joe. So other than that, guys, hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Happy belated Mother's Day to all of the mothers here in K2. Hopefully you guys had a great day yesterday. But we're ready to get into these profits. So, I mean, looking at the pre-market profits today, looks like a lot of people here locked in some profits. Lisa over here locked in 1,311 pre-market. And then again, she locked in a little more, 2,452. Then we got Charles over here as well. He took some pre-market moves, took a little accident there, but he bounced right back, locked in 430 to kick off the day. 466 off his other account, and then 198 off his last account. Myself, I took one trade last night, just partial move. If you guys saw my post here, I took this basically V3 off the 10-minute. I took a partial profit because spread was super wide. So I locked in about 520 off this account, 520 off this account, 520 off this account, my MFF, 520 off this account, and then some slippage off my third MFF account made 470. Not too big of a difference, but it's okay. And it did hit full TP right here. So, only take trades. If you guys are familiar with, how to trade during Asia, I don't necessarily recommend it unless you're like really, really familiar with taking those types of trades. So Mark over here as well started off with about 5,191. He said his demo pre-market. So he's playing around with it, which is okay. If you guys want to play around with the market, it's fine to play around with demo. But when you guys use your live, make sure to only take quality trades and trades that you're like 100% confident about. So, Kurt's asking the trade where you made 520. Kurt, if you look at the chat, everything's marked up there. I explained exactly which trade was taken, what strategy was applied. I even put the video there. So if you want to go watch it, go and watch it. But we don't give signals here. So, just a reminder, there's no signals that are provided here. We're not a signal provider. You have to apply the strategies on your own or take whatever we take here on the live. So other than that, morning, Angela, morning, Ruin, morning, Purity, morning, Professor, morning, Alexander, morning, everybody. All right, guys, so good morning, everybody. Market's going to open in about 2 minutes. So let's get started with the session for today. Morning, Jesus, morning, everybody. All right, guys. So let's see, looking at the overall bias right now, looking at the retail sentiment, it's currently 68% long. So we have a bearish bias here for the retail sentiment. Looking over here at the fundamentals, market's currently closed, but the overall fundamentals right now currently 341 points in the red. So we're definitely looking for sells today. Obviously, we'll see what happens when the market does open, but overall looks like we'll probably be looking for sells overall. Market's going to open in about 40 seconds. So we'll see what happens here. We do have a sell momentum signal right there. So what we're looking for on market open is a strong red candle for the breakout. However, one thing that you guys want to keep in mind is the fact that there's a lot of red flags here, right? There's a sessions right there and a sessions right there. So if we do get a sell, if it gets near these points, I'm obviously not going to take it. So market's going to open in about 10 seconds, guys. And we'll get started. Thanks, Sam and Charles. They did confirm that there's a pending V3 sell here on the 10-minute. However, it's going to be cutting into the sessions below here. So it's not one that I would be recommending anyone take, obviously. I'll mark it up, but, so we can follow it. But I do think it's going to be a bit risky to take because it's right at the sessions, just as I mentioned over here on the 1 minute. So we'll follow it along, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be taking any trades around this area. So if we do get a sell here, which we're looking for, I'll show you guys the breakout, but it's not one that I plan on taking because, if you guys have been following me for a while, you guys understand how important it is to stay away from these sessions, because you can see right here where price kind of wicked off, price bounced below. It wicked directly off these sessions, right? I already marked it up before it even happened, and you can see where price bounced off. So you don't really want to take trades around these areas. So if this candle here closes as a strong red candle, this would technically be the breakout entry. However, it's not one that I'm going to take here because you can see where price is rejecting off directly off the sessions. So no breakout right there. It wasn't a strong red candle. All of the other confirmations here have been met. We're looking for an entry after market open. We confirm the bias here is bearish. We're confirming the direction of momentum, which is a sell. Fourth, you just want to confirm a strong red candle, and then you can enter on the open of the following candle. However, it's a very risky area to be trading due to the fact that it's right at the sessions right here. Typically, you can see right here where it's happened in the past, right? Price gets near the sessions, bounces right off. Gets near the sessions, bounces right off. You don't want to be in a trade that you're not 100% confident about, right? If you're very confident, then, go ahead and take it. But from my experience and from my knowledge, these trades here aren't very quality trades. And your main goal here is risk management, right? I'm sure a lot of people tell you about that. Risk management is avoiding risky trades. So if this here closes, which it didn't, this would have been the breakout entry, but it's not closing as a strong red candle. So no breakout right there. 6:32 right now. We got about 3 minutes till 6:35. If we don't get the breakout from now until then there's not going to be a breakout today. I mean, either or, it doesn't look like we're going to get a breakout anyway. So I'll keep following it. Otherwise, if we don't get one here, we'll start looking for any other entries. We're still looking for a sell though. So overall bias here is definitely going to be a sell. But in order for me to look for a trade, I want price to be like way down here. Once price gets down here, then all right, I'm gonna start looking for some sells. But right now, definitely not looking for any sells because it's right at the sessions. And even if we get in right here, there's gonna be another issue right here when price gets below here. Because if price does get below here, it can still bounce off this sessions right here, right? So you can see price is trying really hard to get past it. Hasn't gotten past it yet, but it's trying really hard to get past it. Let me take a look at the fundamentals real quick. Fundamentals are down 400 points. It's down super, super heavy. So I'm definitely looking for sells today. Looks like this might have been the breakout right here, this candle. And it just moved way too fast. So, and it already hit TP. Look where it's bouncing off. There you go. They hit TP within like a few seconds, guys. So I didn't take the trade. I'm not going to count this as a win for today, but there goes the breakout right there. And there he goes, it spikes right back up. Look where price bounced off, came down, hit the sessions, bounced right back up. So if you guys are taking these trades here, you can't be greedy with these moves because this thing just went straight down and then now it's right back up. So as you can see clearly that this is a risky trade, right? Like if you hit TP, you would have hit TP and gotten pulled out right away. Not one that I want to be in. Even though it does hit TP, I don't want to be in this trade because I'm going to be stressed out when it comes near these sessions right here. So as you guys can see right there, full TP off the breakout. Not one that I would have taken due to the fact of, where price currently is. When price comes below here, then great. We'll start looking for some more sells. But currently right now, I'm not looking to take any sells at the moment. Looking over here at the 10-minute, looks like it's about to hit full TP. If you're wondering which trade this is for, this is the variation V3. Right there. Other than that, let's see. Yeah, no, Jacob's right. So Jacob right here was mentioned doesn't look like a strong red candle. So it looked like a strong red candle when it closed, and then it kind of spiked up. So depending on how you would have analyzed this candle right here, if I go back and just rewind, a couple of things you can do. I mean, if you're going to go back and review it, what you would do here is you would identify how large the body was and how large the wick is, right? So the body right here is about 150 pips. You go over here to the wick, about 100 pips. So yeah, I would probably agree with Jacob that this isn't really a strong candle. When I saw it when it closed, it looked like it closed below it, but then it swung back up at the last second. So this probably wouldn't even be considered as a breakout. And that just, justifies how risky I was mentioning the trade would be. So either or, I wouldn't have taken the trade. It just depended on how you guys would have analyzed it. So if you guys would have analyzed it as a strong red candle, it would have been considered your breakout. If not, then it doesn't look like there'd be a breakout today because it is 6:35. So if this here doesn't close as a strong red candle, there wouldn't be an entry here. But either or, there would be no breakout for today because I'm not counting. I didn't take the trade. So other than that, price is right back to where it was on open. Let me go ahead and mark up the opening price right here at 6:30. Opening price was right here. So as you guys can see, you can kind of eyeball where price is bouncing from, right? price has been bouncing from opening price right here, this blue line, and the sessions below here. So pretty much right here, this is where price is kind of stuck at. In order for me to take trades, I want price to be like way down here. So other than that, the 10-minute, look where price is rejecting off the 10-minute. So the V3 right here, the one that I said I wasn't going to take because it's right at the sessions. It doesn't matter what time frame it's on, right? It rejected off this off the 1 minute. It rejected off this on the 10-minute. So it doesn't matter if you're trading on the 10-minute, 5-minute, 3-minute, 1 minute, 1 hour, it doesn't matter. Price still rejects off the sessions. So it doesn't matter wherever I'm trading. If I'm trading on the high time frame, low time frame, middle time frame, if it's at the sessions, I'm not taking the trade. So let's give you guys another reminder here with the red flags. So red flags, when to avoid trades, right? When price is near sessions, price is near opening price, price is near news price, and the candle prior to entry is too large. So red flag number 1, it's near the sessions. Red flag number 2, it's near opening price. The others don't apply, but for the most part, you guys can see this is why I would have avoided the trades here. So other than that, there's nothing else for us to take at the moment. When we do get something, obviously I'll mark it up and let you guys know, but currently right now, we're going to be a bit conservative. It is Monday, so just keep that in mind. Monday and Fridays are some of the riskier days to trade. So you want to be very conservative with the moves that you guys decide to take, and make sure that you're only taking quality entries. Because if you guys did hop into this breakout for whatever reason, because you thought the candle was strong, just like I did initially, then you could have made profit, but you also could have lost profit if you got in at the wrong time. So the 10-minute is still running. That is correct, 19. It's definitely still running. And what I'm trying to get across to you guys is, good habits, right? Good habits with trading, because I know a lot of you guys came to K2 from like other groups and you guys learned bad habits there. And it's fine, right? As long as you guys learn from the bad habits and you guys don't continue to make those types of moves, you're just going to keep getting better. So nothing off this right here. I'm going to go and update these areas of liquidity here on the clean chart. So as you guys can see, this is a clean chart. Market opened right here at 6:30. There's no direction set, right? Price kind of dropped below, came back up. It's coming back below. It's coming right back up now. And it's just it's a huge range right now. So it's probably going to create a range within here and just bounce around this area. Our overall bias is still a sell. So I'm not going to fall for this fake out right here. This is obviously a fake out, guys. Don't fall for this right here. It might push up. It might hit liquidity and then come, all the way right back down. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, right? If we look over here at the, so let's take a look at retail sentiment. It's still very bearish. It's just you look at how long this is. It's almost 70% long. What's happening here is they're trying to lure in some more buyers, right? They want retail traders to chase this buy right here. They think they're buying the dip. So people are going to buy the dip. As soon as they buy the dip, price is going to come right back down. Overall bias is a sell right now. Looking at the fundamentals, and fundamentals are so red. There's no reason for you to look for any buys at this moment, unless you're gambling. Looking at the heat map over here, let me just refresh this. Like the entire stock market, well, not stock market, the entire US30 index is completely red, right? There's literally no reason for, if you're taking a buy here, you're literally gambling because you're just trying to catch the bottom, right? The bottom isn't there yet. If everyone's buying, look at where price is coming back down. This is why you don't take any buys. I'm sure a lot of people got screwed right here because everyone kind of thinks the same thing, right? They're like, oh, price is coming back up. So they hop into that buy and then it comes right back down and stops them out. So, back to what I was saying earlier, it's right at the sessions. I'm not taking any trades around this area because you're just going to keep getting that manipulation. I need price to be like way down here. Then I'll start looking for some sells because I don't want to have any areas where there's uncertainty. Like, look where price is coming down from and look where it's rejecting from, right? The sessions again, see that green line? Basically, whenever price gets near these horizontal lines, I'm not taking any trades around this area. And look where it bounced directly off, right off the sessions. So there's no surprise. I mean, we know exactly where price can bounce from. And there you go. It's back into the range, right? It's nothing new. It's doing exactly what we anticipated. So there you go. As price comes back down, So here's where it rejected from, right? Opening price and from the sessions right there. Two of the areas where I don't trade in, because you might just get caught in these pullbacks. Here the price comes right back down. Yeah, let me scroll up real quick, see what else I'm missing. So let me go over here real quick. Oh, definitely, John. I just saw your message right now. Maria said there's a big lag between your chart and FTMOs. Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's a bit of a lag, Maria. It's just the data. I would follow the trading view one though. The trading view one is a lot more accurate, it looks like. But I mean, who knows? There's gonna be a lag between the brokers either way. Yeah, professor said the beauty of getting funded is you don't have to press the trade. I wouldn't have taken the breakout on a candle, but on a challenge, I would have taken the breakout on the challenge, but I wouldn't have been risky and would have been risky would have formed bad habits. I'm proud that I was disciplined, and I've learned by watching Sean for months. Not taking a trade as a win because I didn't lose. Yeah, no, definitely, professor. And I agree with you 100%. See if there's anything else right here. Yeah, no, exactly. So 19 over here, City. Thankfully, I learned how to not care about FOMO about maybe 5 challenges later. Yeah, sometimes it takes, you got to eat a couple L's before you start to really build that discipline. But it's all right because it's all a learning experience, right? You guys could like fail X amount of challenges, but you can have a really good month following that, get funded, and make all that money back, right? So it's long-term goals, guys. Not I know everyone's like is pressed to like pass their challenge right away, but there's no rush to it, right? Like, using Steven, for example, here, Steven's about to get his verification account. So like the thing with Steven here, I mean, if you guys remember Steven, obviously you guys remember Steven, he was like most scared about not passing his challenge on time, but he passed with like in 5 days because he just took every breakout. So that was valid. So now he's waiting for him to get his verification account. So it's just, it's just a matter of being patient, looking for these quality entries. So price now broke below opening price, which is good. You can see right here, it's now rejecting off the blue line. So it came below, retested, now it's coming down lower. What I'm looking for here is I'm looking for the same thing to happen, but below here. So I wanted to come down, retest the sessions, and then drop lower. If this happens right here, then all right, great, because we're in this open area right here. So if I take a sell right here, this is gonna be great because I can write it down to the liquidity down here. I can not write it down even lower. It's just a matter of patience and waiting for these perfect entries to come up. There's nothing right here on the 1 minute. Doesn't matter whatever strategy we're looking to apply. There's no entries that are available, at the moment. So going back to the 10-minute over here, it's still running. Not one that I would recommend taking because for the same exact reason here, as you guys can see, price is rejecting directly off the sessions, right? So it doesn't matter what time frame you're on. You guys can see right here on the 10-minute price came below. It's rejecting off this right here, this green line, which is the New York low. And it's also rejecting off this purple line, which is the Asia low. This doesn't necessarily mean that price will not come down and hit TP. The only thing that I'm trying to indicate here is that this is not a good time to enter the trade. Like if price ends up closing below here, so say if price comes back below here, and say it closes below the purple line, right? Then at this point, maybe I will enter the sell and I'll catch like the last little push right here. Right? Because it's still like, it's about 500 pips that you can still catch at the bottom. So if I see another entry come below here, which is going to line up with, this space down here, that's where I would take, my remaining profit that's available off this 10-minute trade. So, and there you go. Price is starting to drop lower. I don't recommend anyone just hop into this, right? It's still at the sessions. It hasn't closed below. This candle here still has 4 minutes left on it. So it's highly not recommended to just hop in for no apparent reason. If there's an entry there, then yeah, great. But there's obviously no entry available at the moment. Scrolling down real quick. 19 is asking if the 10-minute sell is worth jumping in. So I'm still not jumping in yet until I have that confirmation, guys. This candle here still has 4 minutes left on it. It might hit TP before it, before it reaches. So I'll set an alert right there just to follow it. So this is going to be the 10-minute V3 full TP. So we'll get alerted if and when it does hit TP. There we go. As price drops below. It's going exactly to where we anticipated, right? We anticipated price to come down, and look where it's going. It's going straight down. This candle right here is huge though, so I don't recommend you guys just enter the trade for no reason, right? This candle is way too big. You go over here to the red flags. It's going to be the fourth one. When to avoid trades. Candle prior to entry is too large. This right here would be, it actually would be a high-low entry. It would be a pivot scalp entry. It'd be a lot of entries on that one candle, but I wouldn't take it because it's just too big of a candle. It's just way too risky to hop in for no reason. It's going to have to retrace likely. We don't know how far it'll retrace, but I do expect it to retrace to some extent. Other than that, yeah, May said some dirty manipulation going on. Yeah, I agree. So I'm not messing with it right now. Kurt said, Sean, bias is a sell, everything is red. Is it enough to take the daily strategy? Or do you need a double? Sorry, Kurt, I'm trying to see. So Kurt said, Sean, bias is a sell, everything's red. Is it enough to take the daily? Yeah, I mean, technically, if you do have the daily entry, I would be looking for a sell today. There's no daily entry that's come up yet. So there's no daily to take until it closes with a sell, red sell signal. I'm trying to figure out, because your second part over here, you're asking, or do you need the double red momentum signal? I mean, that's the whole strategy, right, Kurt? So if there's no red signal there, then there's no daily entry. So yes, you would need that because that's your entry. You need a valid sell signal. Like you can't just enter just because it's a red candle. You need to enter because there's a sell signal there. So if you guys are not familiar with the daily strategy, this is what Kurt's referring to. This is the third requirement: confirm first, validate momentum signal. So you need the momentum signal in order for you to take it. So if that does close, then technically yes, that would be the daily entry. But the problem with this entry right here is you just got to go back and listen to what I just said, right? Kurt, I feel like this might be going in one ear out the other. Candle prior of entry is too large. This candle here is huge compared to the other candles, so I wouldn't necessarily enter right away. So you gotta pay attention to like everything that I'm saying here, right? Just because it fits the requirements doesn't mean it's a quality trade. These are trades that I would avoid because it's too big. So just keep that in mind, guys. I mean, I know a lot of you guys are like antsy and excited. You always want to hop into trades, which is great. But you also got to be smart. You can't be taking dumb trades just because it fits like majority of the requirements. You still have to be aware that this trade can retrace up. So if it retraces up, I mean, if you enter too early, you can easily get screwed. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, well, I mean, we'll keep following it. If you guys are looking for the daily, I guess this would technically be the daily, not one that I would be looking to take yet because it's still at the sessions, right? It hasn't closed below there yet. Look right there, where it's rejecting from. So no daily right there, Kurt. There's no sell signal, so I wouldn't have taken that. So going over here, let me go over here and check real quick if I'm missing anything. Yeah, no problem, Kurt. Just want to give you a heads up and make sure that you're fully aware so that you don't just hop in trades for no reason. Every time you enter a trade, you should always be fully aware of what's going on behind the scenes, right? Retail sentiment, fundamentals, possible areas of rejection, possibility of price, pulling back up, which is exactly what's happening right here. Looks like it's coming back up for the retest. So if it retests right here, the Asia low, it might come back down lower and hit its TP. So just got to be smart about it. Here, let's see. Professor said 3-minute daily would be a buy, not recommended. 10-minute daily would be a sell. Yeah, definitely, Professor. Nice. Craig said he's just over 1% for the day. So it looks like Craig did take the breakout earlier. So looking over here, Kenny over here took the breakout, locking a total of 5,402. So as I mentioned before, guys, some people identified that as the actual breakout that I marked up earlier. Some people took it, some people didn't. Looks like majority of people did take it, but Kenny here locked in 5,402. Nice work, Kenny. And then Craig over here as well took the breakout, locked in a total of 913. He's up more than 1% for the day. So great work, Craig. And he's done for the day, right? His goal is to hit 1% a day. He hit his 1%. He's done for the day. He made us basically 1,000, and he's calling it a day. Kenny over here is still playing around the market, locked in a total of 5,517. Great work, Kenny. So a lot of people here are taking trades off my analysis, right? Like if you guys know how to trade off my analysis, great. As you can see right here comes the fake out, right? This candle here was way too big. And here you go, his price. I wouldn't necessarily call this a fake out, but it's retracing back up. So you just got to know when to enter trade and when not to. You know, I'm weighing my pros and cons right here. It's not a great time to enter because it's right at the session still. Same with this right here, right? This right here would have been a triple confluence. However, it's way too big of a candle. It hits my fourth red flag right here. And look where price went back up. It just pretty much retraced back up. And look where it's currently at. It's right back to where open price was, right? So it's like this whole move here was like a basically just noise. This move down here is just noise, and price is right back to where it started from. Market open literally right here, and that's where it's back at. It's right back to market open. That's why I haven't entered any trades. So as I mentioned before, I was waiting for price to get below here, but no entries came up, so there's nothing for us to take at the moment. Going back to the 10-minute over here, it's back to basically entry point. So I'm glad I'm not in any of these trades, because if I was, I'd probably be very stressed out at the moment. Yeah, no, exactly, Storm. Agree with you 100%. It was triple confluence, but it was right at the sessions. Duggan said wild Monday swings. Yeah, 100%. 13 said just started a new challenge. Going to come back tomorrow. Hopefully more stable waters. Thanks, Sean. No losses for the day. Still profitable days. Yeah, definitely 13. Rami said it's Monday and I'm on my funded now. Only taking quality trades. Smart move, Rami. Same with the professor. Kurt said maybe someone can wake up Biden and he can talk so we can all take sells. Yeah, no, definitely. So as you can see right here, price is still going back and forth. Price just hit the liquidity above here. I wouldn't be surprised if price comes up higher. Hits this area right here. And then comes back down. Overall bias is still a sell. So I wouldn't be surprised if this happens right here. Price comes up, hits the last area of liquidity right there, and then comes right back down. Because it did hit the liquidity right here. Or it can fake out and come right back down as well. But I'm definitely not looking for any buys today at all. Main reason why I'm not looking for any buys is the fact that everything is pointing towards a sell. Looking over here at retail sentiment, it's currently, I mean, it looks like they're stacking up some more buyers, right? It's currently 68% net long. So I think they're just pushing price up a little bit. They're just pumping it up before they dump it right back down. So right here, 68% long. We don't want to trade with everybody else. We want to do the opposite. So we're taking sells. Looking over here at the fundamentals are currently still down 312 points. Looking over here at the heat map, refresh this real quick. Everything here is red. Literally everything is red. There's not one green stock in the index. So you definitely want to be careful. There's a couple of green stocks here. So Home Depot is like the only stock that's green, but it's going to turn red soon. It looks like here, where's Home Depot at? Or it was red. And now it just like randomly turned green right now. I'm not sure if there is news regarding Home Depot, but let me just check CNBC real quick. So if you look over here, all of the indices are red. The Dow is down 311 points, S&P is down 56 points, NASDAQ's down 206 points, Russell 2K is down 27 points, the VIX is currently up 2 points. Definitely not looking to take any buys here. Just as I mentioned before, guys, if you're taking buys, you're literally gambling because everything's pointing towards a sell. So you're kind of just praying that price is going to come up and you're literally taking a gamble. And you can see price here is not coming right back down. No surprise. It's just a typical movement on a Monday. That's why you want to be careful today specifically. Thanks, Fahad. Thanks for reminding us. We do have low impact news in about 6 minutes. Or 4 minutes now. It's 6:56 right now. This red line right here is indicating a news event. So when the news comes out, we will draw news price and we'll use that to our advantage to identify, another area to avoid. Other than that, let's see. Kurt said, damn, everything red. I guess we can see. I mean, the stock market doesn't necessarily have, a direct correlation to how the economy is doing. I mean, regardless, we're in war right now currently. The US is backing Ukraine. So there's always stuff going on, guys. And all this stuff is all manipulation because market is complete manipulation, right? Exactly how our analysis works here. This is all manipulation. We're doing the opposite of everybody else. Typically, people want to go with what everybody else is doing. Everything is manipulated, right? Right here, you can see price coming back down. There's no surprise here, the price coming back down because we were anticipating it to come back down. Kurt's asking, how do you get the red line for news? You go over here and you click the vertical line and then you draw it yourself, Kurt. So if you want to go back and rewatch this live session or any live session for that matter, I do this every morning. So it's all done manually. So this wasn't there automatically. I put that there myself. But yeah, if you want to see, if you guys are new here, or if you guys just haven't been around for a while, just watch any live session from the past, literally the past year. I do the same thing every morning. It's the main things I look at. I look at overall sentiment. I check the bias. I check news here on Forex Factory. That's where I found the news here at 7 o'clock. So if you guys want to get more familiar with the process, or if you guys are new or just getting familiar with everything, just watch the previous live sessions. I think that's where you guys will learn the most from. The live sessions and the mentoring sessions. All right, so other than that, there's no entries here for sell at all. I don't know if this was a V3. This candle here is too small. I couldn't see what the color of the candle was. If this candle here was green, then technically this would have been a V3 right here. And it would have hit TP right there. So I can't really tell what candle was it. If it was a green candle, this would be a V3, as I mentioned over here, but not one that I would take because it's still, it's too risky of an area to trade. And it hit TP right there. Yeah, Rami said you can't see it. Yeah, so there's no way we could identify that as a, as a V3. There's another V3 here though, not one that I would take because it's opposite of the bias. But if the bias here was bullish, there was technically another, V3 right here, which would have hit full TP right there. So as you guys can see, if you guys have the K2 strategies, there's a lot of entries here that you could have taken. Depending on how risky you want to be, you can trade both ways. I've seen people trade both ways and I've done it myself. I just don't do it anymore because it's not, it's not quality entries, but technically there's a V3 that was right there for a buy. And technically one here if this was a green candle. Oh gosh, okay, so Lisa said it was green. So yeah, technically, so Lisa confirmed this was a green candle. I think she was probably looking at MT4. This would technically, it would qualify as a V3, not one that I would take because obvious reasons. But yeah, so let's see where this candle here closes. When this closes here, I'll mark it up as the news price. That's pretty much all I'm waiting for right now. Still got 40 seconds left on it. You can see price is now coming, it's making its way back down. No surprise there. But areas where you want to avoid opening price sessions and sessions below here. It's a lot of areas you probably want to avoid. So this 10-minute V3 is still technically running, not one that I would take because again, right here, it's still at the sessions. So a lot of red flags right here, indicating why it's a risky entry. There just isn't a, everything here is pretty much back and forth movement this morning. Looking over at the news, thanks Peter for confirming it. Peter did confirm that the news was neutral. Yeah, it was exactly what they anticipated. So With that being neutral right there, I'm going to go ahead and mark up news price, which should be right here. I'm going to color that a pink line. There we go. So we got news price marked up right there. I'm going to take that off the chart, clean it up a little bit. But yeah, other than that, there's nothing for us to take at the moment. And I was really hoping to take something right here, but I'm just going to continue to be patient and wait for this to come down. It's 7 o'clock right now, so we got an hour till 8. Hopefully price will drop below here, and then we can start, below this area. And we can probably, hopefully, maybe take one entry at the very least, like an actual valid entry that, I would take. But we're just gonna have to wait for that to come down here, because right now, currently, it's at a bunch of areas where lots of rejections are happening, right? So price right here, you can see this candle, one before this current candle, rejected directly off news price, right? This pink line. And again, right there, it's rejecting directly off the news price. So there's no coincidence right here. We already knew this was going to happen. This is why I draw the horizontal lines here. It happened before it even happened, right? Because we already knew it's typical. Same pattern plays out almost every time. There's a reason why we draw these horizontal lines on the chart. All right. So again, just going back to the bias, we just want to confirm again, everything is still looking for a set. We're still looking for a sell. So net long, 67%, still bearish. Fundamentals haven't changed very much, still around negative 356 points. Looking at the heat map over here, refresh this. Everything here is red. So nothing here has changed, guys. We're still looking for sells. It's just a matter of time until price comes back down. So what I'm looking for here is for price to hit the last area of liquidity, right? So I'm basically waiting for it to hit this point. And when it does hit this point, I do think it's about to tumble back down. Because once this is hit, it's pretty much hit all of liquidity for this morning. If you look over here on this chart, like check out the fake outs right here, right? So market opened right here at 6:30. Price came down slightly, came back up, came back down, came back up. What do you think is going to happen from this point? I think price is going to come up to the area of liquidity right here and just come all the way back down, at least to this point, because this is the opening price. So come down to this point at least, and then come down lower, retest, and then just tank further down. This is basically what I kind of anticipate to happen here. The reason for that is because everything's pointing towards a sell. And you can see right there, price did finally touch the last area of liquidity. And we'll see where it goes from here. So there we go. Price did hit that point. Price can still fake out higher, or it can just come right back down. Who knows? Overall, though, I do think it's going to come down. There's no reason for price to push up. Like this push up right here is all manipulation, right? Because who would buy US30 when everything is literally red, right? This is all like a manipulated push to the upside. There's no reason for anyone to take any buys. The entire stock index, like every stock index, is red. Like if you were to take a buy here, you're literally taking a huge gamble because the momentum is so strong for a sell. You're kind of it's like what people call catching a falling dagger, right? It's like you put your hand there and the dagger goes through your hand and you're basically trying to hold on to the trade until the dagger goes through your hand and you die, literally, right? That's kind of what's happening right here. People are buying, hoping that price will continue pushing up, and look at everyone getting stopped out right here. Like I didn't just draw that, right? I already knew this was going to happen. So everything that I kind of told you guys was going to happen, happened, right? Price came up here, rejected directly off the last area of liquidity, and it came right back down. So if you were chasing the buy right here, if you're like one of the suckers who chases the buy here, you'd be in some massive drawdown right now. Like, let's see. Yeah, it's like almost 1,000 pips. So if you were chasing that buy there, I mean, your burn meter is super heavy because it's a lot of pips. I mean, if you took a huge lot size, that's a lot right there for you to be getting burnt. So although we could have made profit off that, I'm not taking any gambles here. I'm not trying to take anything where I'm just like getting lucky. I'm only taking stuff where I know for sure I'm going to win these trades. So right now I'm not for sure, but I do think eventually when price does come below here, you guys can see my markup. It actually played out exactly how I drew right here. It came down. If it comes below this area, then I'm looking for sells. This is where I'm looking for sells. Even though I do think price is going to come down from this point, I'm still going to wait for it, right? It's all about discipline, guys. I know everyone here wants to be rich overnight, but those same people who are trying to make those kind of moves end up getting super burnt. So here we go. As price comes back down, I'm not going to come down until I'm not going to enter any trades until it confirms below here, even though I do think it's going to come down to this point. So see if I could draw some areas of liquidity right here. The thing that I really don't like, the thing that I dislike the most about where price currently is because it's right next to opening price and sessions. If these sessions here weren't in this area, then I would be taking a bunch of sells at this point. Like again, right here, this is actually a V3, but it's not a V3 that I would take because this candle's too huge, right? So this right here would technically be, again, a V3. There's a high here at the green candle. It's followed by a red candle. We have a pending sell momentum. This is a V3. However, it cuts into all of these areas where I wouldn't want to be trading, right? Open price, news price, etc. There's also a pivot scalp right there that's running. There's a lot of entries that could be taken, but just not an area that I want to be trading in. So the 10-minute here, this is exactly why I wouldn't want to take a trade, right? I'm sure this has happened to you guys a lot where you guys take a bad trade, praying that it'll come in at your TP. Look where price hit. Would have hit the stop loss and then come right back down in TP. So key things right there to look out for. It was right at the sessions, why I didn't take any trades. Price is now going back to opening price right here. Another reason why I wouldn't take a trader on this area here as well. Let's see, a lot of people here posted some profits. Let me check real quick. So a lot of you guys are taking trades directly off my analysis over here. See, Jenny said, in all seriousness, this group has changed my life for the better in more than just trading. Appreciate you, Sean. Definitely, Jenny. Yeah, I know. Jenny's been like in and out of the group for a while. I know she left and then came back because she realized that, you know, the group was actually helping. But yeah, no, definitely glad to see you here, Jenny. And I think you're getting funded on your account. So big congrats to you. And you come a long way. Let's see, Al over here sent in his profits. He's here taking the sells off my analysis, locked in a total of 1,831. Nice work, Al. Kenny over here took another sell, locked in a total of 5,500. Rick over here took the sell off my analysis, total profit of 2,000 for the day. Great work, Rick. Yeah. Rick said, thanks for guiding me in and out of the breakout. Definitely, Rick. And here we go with this V3 about to hit full TP. So pretty solid. You know, the thing is, you could FOMO into these trades here. I personally would probably FOMO into a lot of these trades, but my discipline is telling me not to take any trades yet. Look where I marked this up, right? So you guys see my markup here, and look where price went. It did exactly what I marked up. So price came from right here. Even though I know where price is going, I'm not going to enter any trades just to FOMO in or, you know, to take a gamble, because it did play out perfectly. So for a lot of you guys here who just watched my markup, it did exactly what I marked up here. So what I'm waiting for is for price to get below here. This is where I'll feel safe about taking sells. But a lot of you guys just took trades off of, you know, off of this here, and you guys locked in some pretty good profit. So Lily over here locked in a total of 620. Nice work, Lily. Damn, look at this over here. Yeah, so like Mark over here is kind of playing around with this demo. He said made some, but his demo is going crazy. He took the sells here, basically locked in a total of 23,000. So amazing work right there, Mark. Kenny over here as well took another sell, locked in a total of 6,072. Great work, Kenny. So a lot of you guys here are doing pretty amazing to kick off the trading week. Lisa over here said profit split day, closing out, rewind, reward, wine time. So nice work right there, Lisa. Locked in a total of 4,386. Today's your profit split day, so she's calling it a day, and she's gonna be collecting her profit soon. So guys, check this out. Look where price is coming right back up, right? So as I mentioned, I did anticipate price come down, but I didn't think of it to be a smooth push to the downside, right? So again, this is another confirmation or another reason why I don't take these moves here, because I don't want to get caught in this manipulation right here, right? Price kind of came down, faked out below the sessions, and now it's coming right back up. If price makes its way down here, then I'm going to feel a lot more comfortable. But currently right now, I'll just clean this up. Everything I marked up basically happened already. So I'm just going to go and move this stuff over here, new high, remove this line, and I'll just clean it up. If I see anything else play out, then obviously I'll draw some more analysis here, but currently right now I just don't see anything. But everything is playing out pretty much perfectly. All right, so see how that plays out right there. Full CP off that V3 for whoever caught it. Nice work. But other than that, just creating new market structure. All right, so nothing at the moment right now. The biggest thing about being consistent and disciplined, guys, is just not caring, right? Like I see everyone's profits here, but I'm not getting FOMO. Like you see people here making 4,000, you see people making 6,000. Like it doesn't really bother me, even though I only made $500 today, right? So here's the thing, I made $500, but I made it across like 5 accounts, right? So like 520 times 5. I'm already up 2,600. It's not anywhere near what everyone else is making, but I just don't feel the pressure to take trades. It's really what it is. Nerith over here sending his profits, locked in a total of 4,171. Nice work, Nerith. You guys are doing good. Charles over here, he passed another 200K, so nice work. Charles here is now funded 500K, so big congrats to Charles over here. Another K2 member here with another funded account. So I'm glad to see a lot of people here. I just see a lot of people stacking funded accounts like I'm doing, right? I have like 5 accounts. I have one that's in challenge right now, the MFF, because I stopped using my TFF funded account. I just burned the account, guys. What happened with the account was I took a trade, and then as soon as I entered the trade, it was already at negative 2,000. So it went past the max daily drawdown, which is BS. I feel like they did that on purpose to stop me out or to, end my account. So it is what it is, but I'm not using TFF anymore. I don't recommend anyone use TFF. They're probably one of the worst funding companies right now. They're basically another funding talent. I could only recommend FTMO and MFF. So Charles over here locked in 1,441 off this account. Nice work, Charles. His second account over here locked in 744. So now he has 500K funded accounts. Just passes his verification right there. Nice work. So another K2 member here with another funded account. Eunice over here took the V3 on the 1 minute, locked in a total of 225. Nice work, Eunice. And unfortunately, it looks like his risk, it didn't copy to his other account, but he still made some pretty solid profit off that right there. Vincent over here as well, locked in a total of 1,828. Nice work, Vincent. Casey over here locked in a total of 1,586. Nice work, Casey. Other than that, CJ over here took the breakout earlier this morning, locked in a total of 1,558. Nice work, Jay. All right, guys. So everyone looks like they're doing pretty solid so far. Other than that, if you guys have more profit to send in, go ahead and send them in. Otherwise, the market's still doing what we anticipated to do. It's still messing around. Hasn't really chosen a direction yet. It's kind of going back and forth. You can see right here, it's now back at news price, but we're definitely not going to be falling for any of these buys. What I see happening here is just they're trying to lure in some more buyers, right? It's doing exactly what happened over here. So going to the clean chart, price kind of came up right here. It lured in buyers, stopped everybody out, lured in some more buyers right here, stopped them out again, lured some more buyers right here, stopped them out again. It's doing the same thing. It's the same pattern. It lured in some more buyers here, and then as price drops again, what happens to those same buyers? They're getting stopped out, right? Because the problem with US30 is that everyone, basically everyone tells you to buy the dip, right? That's not the proper way to trade, guys. Technically, if the market's very bullish, then yeah, great, you can buy the dip. Or if the bias is bullish, then yeah, buy the dip. However, if the bias is very bearish, buying the dip is like it's like literally someone's telling you to turn left and you turn right, right? You're doing the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing. And it's literally just gambling. So, just keep that in mind, guys. I like if this was bullet, like, so say for example, if price was doing this and um, this was all green, right? If this was bullish and this over here was like 70% short, then yeah, for sure, I'd buy the dip. But right now I'm not buying the dip because price is going to come back down, right? Look right here, price is rejecting off news price. And I wouldn't be surprised if it comes all the way back down. So other than that, let me refresh this real quick. 66% long, still pretty bearish. So we'll keep following to check that out. Other than that, let's see. Yeah, professor said, if you're new, please listen to Sean. For months, I was hard-headed and it felt challenge after challenge. When I decided to listen and stop FOMO trading, I got funded. Don't take 6 months like I did. Yeah, guys, I mean, it's all about patience, but everyone learns at a different pace. Not everyone listens properly the first time around, maybe not even the second or third time around. But, once you take enough L's, you'll start to listen, because if everyone is doing well and you're the only person not doing well, you're obviously not following directions, right? So yeah, 100% professor, but everyone's is kind of different. Rick said, made my 2K, may pull a Steven and cut out. Yeah, now it's probably your best decision there, Rick. Fernando said, you guys use swing FTMO or regular leverage? I use regular, Fernando. I mean, I would only use swing if you're swing trading. I don't think any of us really swing trade here. So it doesn't really matter. You just get a smaller account size, you get less leverage too. So I would just use regular. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference, to be honest. The only difference with the swing is that you can hold trades over the weekend, which we don't do. And not anything I recommend anyone does, because a lot can happen over the weekend. So I would just do the regular. So look where price is going. It's coming right back down, right? So pretty much all the people here who are buying the dip are getting burnt again. It's the same pattern. Like the people here who keep trying to buy when price dips below are just getting burnt because they think price is going to go super high, but it's not. It's just coming right back down. There's nothing here off the 10-minute, unfortunately. I'm really trying hard to catch a trade here, but I'm also trying not to FOMO into any bad trades. So there's nothing here, nothing off the 5, nothing off the 3, and nothing off the 1. Let's see. Yeah, 19 said he missed the 1-minute V3. Yeah, I can see it right here. The only problem with this V3 right here, 19 is the fact that it was at news price, right? So that's why I would have skipped it. But yeah, if you would have taken the V3 right here, this would have been a full TP. Would have got close to stop loss, but would have hit full TP right there. All right, I'm gonna step away for 1 second, guys. Be right back. Um, 19 said, Sean, I think you muted yourself by, yeah, I stepped away for a second. I don't know if you missed that. So I was gonna step away for a second. Let's go get some water. But I'm back. Oh, you're good. You probably just missed it. There's just stairs here in my new office space, so I have to like run down the stairs. So I just mute it because it's kind of loud. It's my whole new office is all wood, so I try to and it's upstairs, so I have to run down. That's why I just muted for a short bit. So I mean, other than that, guys, there's nothing for us to take right now at the moment. It's still shit. That's my dog choking on his fur ball. Other than that, let's see. Duggan said, if you're getting FOMO, I find it's a good idea to do 10 push-ups. You might get some gains and your account will blow up. Yeah, no, 100% Duggan. That's kind of what I do too sometimes, right? Like if there's like areas here where like I'm starting to get FOMO or like, or it's like around sessions and I do see entries, then I'll just go run downstairs real quick, right? I'll go do something like fill up my water bottle or something like that to keep my eyes off the chart. Because sometimes you guys are like looking at the chart, and I'm sure this happens with a lot of people. You'll be looking at the chart and you'll be listening to my analysis from like, okay, price might come down from this point. And what happens is you guys enter a sell for no reason, right? Like for example, right here, you see price breaking below, and I could already tell, I know there's a good amount of people here who are just looking at this and they're waiting to take a sell. Like for example, right here, I could tell there's like probably a good handful of people who are just like, oh, I'm waiting for the sell right here. I want to take the sell. And you're basically following into a trade, guys, because you're trading in an area where I'm telling everybody not to trade in, right? Although it does push around this, it's likely to push below because we have a sell bias. This here is still considered a very risky trade because it's right at the sessions, which is the New York low. So trust me, guys, I know what you guys are thinking because I'm thinking the same thing, right? We're all looking to take sells here because we're getting impatient. We want to enter a trade. This right here technically would be a pivot scalp, but this candle here is huge. A lot of red flags again right here. If you look at the red flags, so for one, you avoid trades when it's near the sessions. There's a session right here, New York low. You avoid it when it's near opening price. Opening price is right here. It's still far from it, but it's still, breaking, closing past it. But this is the big one right here. The candle prior to entry is too large. So this candle right here is way too big. And you can see where price is retracing from, right? Typically, when price comes down to this point, it will retrace either halfway, right? It'll retrace either the full candle or it'll retrace halfway, which should be somewhere around there, right? So this is the areas of retracement that I can probably see happening from here, which is, it's too risky of a move. So not exactly where I would anticipate or recommend anyone take the trade. And the trade that I'm talking about right here is a pivot scalp. So if you guys are not familiar with the strategy, all the strategies have been updated, guys. So if you guys are not familiar with these strategies and you guys want to learn them so that you can apply them on your own time, or apply them during the live session so that you're fully aware, I'll pull up the course real quick. The course is, it is right over here. All right, so if you guys want to learn strategies that I'm just talking about right here, this is a course right here for the K2. You just scroll down, you go to the K2 scalping strategies, and this is the 1 minute pivot scalp. So right here, this entry right here that I was just talking about, you would enter right here, and you already would have hit your full TP right there, right? It's a risky trade, but it's still a valid entry. Like everything here does line up. These are just my red flags. You don't have to follow this, but everything else here is met. So first requirement, overall bias is to sell. You confirm the K2 momentum signal, which is right here. Sell signal, it's valid. You confirm that it's below the pivots, which is right here. And you enter right there for a sell, full TP. So as you guys can see, the strategies work perfectly fine. It just depends on how risky you want to be, right? I don't like taking risky trades, so I'm personally not going to take them. But if you wanted to take it yourself, I mean, it's pretty clear that all the strategies here have been hitting because you guys can see everyone here is posting profits. Vincent here took the trade, locked in 2,243 total. So he took the trade that, that people were finding risky. And Mills on over here skipped the breakout because of that. Cern over here, he said his yellow account. So he made 994 off the trade that just happened not too long ago. So great work right there, Cern. total profit of 512 off his main account. So, or 900, basically 1,000 euros off his main account. And then his YOLO account, he made like 512 euros. So nice work right there, Surin. If you guys have any more profits, go ahead and send them in. I'll add them to the list. I mean, other than that, I think that's it for right now. Let me see if I'm missing anything else over here. Solo just sent in his profits. Nice work, Solo. So Solo over here has been taking some pretty good trades, locked in a total of 2,871 for the day. Great work, Solo. Other than that, let me see. I'll just update this real quick. The liquidity is down below now. And then we have another one right over here. So guys, just a reminder, we're back on normal schedule for our mentoring session. So if you guys want to join the mentoring session later today, it's going to be at 2 p.m. our normal time. I can answer whatever questions you guys have there. If you guys want me to cover any strategies, more than welcome to join. If you guys need help with anything else, I'm here to help you guys out. But just want to give you guys a heads up. I'll give a reminder in the group later. But just a heads up, as we near the end of the session, it's 7:30 right now, we're almost. So we still have 30 minutes left till 8. I'll keep on the live. I'm still looking for trades here. I want to take at least one trade. Man, I wish I had the markup drawn here from earlier. So if you guys remember earlier, let me see if I just backtrack right here, because everything I drew up from earlier is actually playing out. Okay, right here. I'm just rewinding. So guys, check this out. So look at where I drew this from, right? I drew this like almost an hour ago. I drew that price was going to come down. It did. And I'm waiting for it to come below here. So this is the area that I'm waiting for, and it's almost there, right? Like everything I drew up earlier is playing out perfectly. It's almost at that point. So when it gets down to this point, this is where I'm looking for trades. It's all about being patient. I didn't get caught in this noise over here. Even though I could have made some profit over here, I also could have lost some trades if I was taking some risky ones. But it is coming down to where I was anticipating. So if you guys go back and rewind the replay from where we currently are, maybe like an hour before, I drew this up before it even happened because I knew where the price was going. And this is where I'm waiting for it to be at, for me to start looking for some sells. So pretty much just waiting for it. Hopefully it'll come down soon before 8, so I can take maybe at least one trade. But I'm not going to rush it. If I don't see anything good, I'm not going to sit it out because I already made profit for today. So I'm not looking to force anything. Professor's asking if I took any trades. No trades yet, Professor. For me personally, no trades. A lot of people did take trades off my analysis, but no official trades yet. Mauricio's asking, is anyone else having big slippage today? Me personally, not. So I haven't had any myself, Mauricio. Jesus is asking, after you pass FTMO challenge, does your account restart or do I keep my gains? I need 2 more active trading days. Don't know if I should be trading risky. Your account's going to reset, Jesus. So I would just not take any trades. Just take a 0.01, open, close it, account the day, and then just wait, because you're going to give you a brand new account. So when you go from challenge to verification, brand new account, verification to funded, they give you actual funded, well, not an actual funded account, but they give you a new account for that as well. Let's see, 19 said on MT4, do you always use this trailing stop loss? I never use a trailing stop loss, 19. I don't think I've ever used a trailing stop loss on MT4. So I use the DOM, so I have my TP stop loss set. And then if I want to keep holding it longer, then yeah, I do trail it, but I don't trail it, but I manually move it and profit. There we go. Price is now back. It's pretty much where I was anticipating. I'm looking for an entry now. So price did drop below here. This would technically be a, actually there's no entry right here. I'm looking for an entry now. So what I'm looking for at this point, it came exactly to where I'm looking for. I'm looking for it to retrace up and then come back down, because we can't take a sell until we have, a sell signal come up there. So at the moment, there's nothing for us to take, but, it's just gonna be a matter of just waiting for something to actually come up. Yeah, no, definitely, Jesus. We'll see you later then. If you counted your trading day, don't risk it. Don't take any trades, because if you mess up and you take a loss, it's going to set your account back. So you just have to keep your account at that passing profit level and then just open, close at 0.01. It doesn't matter if it's a win or a loss. You just need to count the trading day. All right, so other than that, guys, price is exactly where we want it to be. I mean, we're pretty much just looking for an entry now at this moment. Price did exactly what we anticipated, right? This is why we're looking for no buys today, literally no buys. We're only looking for sells. And it played out exactly how we anticipated. So great analysis here. If you guys took it, I mean, this is all like the same things. Like if you guys trade US30 as much as I do, because I trade this live every morning with you guys will see these patterns, the same pattern every day. You guys might not see it, but you know, I already knew this was going to happen. Now that it's below here, I'm looking for an actual entry. So it's now my sweet spot. It's in my sweet spot area where I'm looking for something to take here. Let me see if I could find anything off the 10. Well, there'd be no snipe entries because there's no sell signal. The sell signal here also didn't come up yet for anything else. So if the sell signal does come up, that'd probably be your daily entry, Kurt. I know you've been waiting for that. It's like your move of the day there. All right, price is going to drop a little lower. So the reason I'm looking for a retracement is because we can't take any variations until we have a pending sell signal, right? So if there's no sell signal that comes up here, then there's no buy signal, then there's nothing that we can take because it's not going to fit any of the requirements. So if you look at the V1 here, we need a pending momentum in the direction of the trade. You want a V2, pending momentum in the direction of the trade. V3, same thing, right? So in order for us to have any entries, we do need a retracement. Price is overextended a bit here, so we need price to swing back up and then swing back down. That's basically what we're looking for. So there's nothing off the 1 minute, there's nothing off the 3 minute. We need the same thing here. We need a retracement to happen. Nothing off the 5. I mean, technically we have the ability to take a trade here off the 10, but we would need a high to be established before we can do that. So same thing here on the 10. We want price to come below, come up for the retracement, and then we catch it on its way back down further. Pretty much what we're waiting for at the moment. Nothing for us to take right now, though. Let's see. Yeah, Rami said I'd rather it drop a bit lower so retracement doesn't go into the sessions. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for too, Rami. Janae's asking Sean, what lot size do you use? I've been using the 10 lot size for pretty much all my trades for, I mean, the better half of the year for the most part. But my lot size is different from yours, right, Janae? If you're not using the same account size as me, my lot size is irrelevant to you. So I personally use a 10 lot, but I'm using a 200K account. All my accounts here are 200K. So FTMO, I'm using a 10 lot. MFF is different. I'm using a 100 lot. So, I mean, it depends on what broker you're using, what funding company, what your account size is. It just really depends. All right, so guys, check out the 1 minute over here. This this candle right here broke right above. So unfortunately, right here, we're not going to have an entry. I mean, even if we wanted one, because it's broken back above it, right? So right here, this hasn't played out yet. So we're going to have to wait for it to come right back below, unfortunately. But with my discipline, it's fine because I wasn't going to take it anyways until we had an entry here. So as you can see, price is still messing around around this area. Going back to the overall bias, let's see, retail sentiment is currently 68% long. We're still looking for sells. Looking over here at the fundamentals, are currently down 452 points. Looking over here at the heat map, we'll refresh this. Heat map is currently, I mean, it's kind of split up right now. Walmart's is green, but it's up less than a point. Home Depot's up 2 points. Travelers is up less than a point. Verizon's up less than a point. 3M's up less than a point. Amgen's up less than a point. The only stock here that's really green is going to be Home Depot. But even then, it's not really up that much. It's up like 1 point, right? So I don't expect that to make a big change. I mean, everything here is still very red. So overall bias here is still going to be a sell. But as I mentioned, it's just going to be a matter of waiting for this to, okay, so we have an invalid, this doesn't matter if it's invalid or valid. This just indicates that the momentum did establish. So if prices drop below, great, but we have to look for some sort of, entry here. So we do have the pending momentum for a sell. However, it's right in between the sessions. So there's a session above here and there's a session below here. So it's not going to be a good entry for us to take unless it closes below here, which is great. That's what we'll be looking for. I need it to be below the session, so see where it goes from here. Nothing here off the 10, but you guys can see it's kind of doing what we anticipated. So we're tracing off here, coming back down. So I'll still be following this here off the 10. Still looking for that. There's nothing off the 5, nothing off the 3. Technically another pivot scalp here, but as I mentioned, if this candle is too big, I'd have to wait for it. I'm just hoping it doesn't close with the sell signal because it's going to be, if it does close with the sell signal, I'll probably wait for it to retrace a little bit and then maybe take, hop in for a late entry. Because this candle here is too big. So let's see where it closes. But if it does drop below, there's like areas of liquidity below there. So I do expect it. So maybe wait for it to pull up a little bit and then maybe catch as it comes down lower. Yeah, freaking missed it. Right? It would have hit TP right away. Let's see as it comes down lower. Because I kind of expecting it to drop lower to hit the liquidity down there. So I mean, we'll see where it goes from here. Yeah, we can take a speculative push, catch the liquidity push right there or something. Let's see. All right, so I took a little push here, guys. I just caught it as it bounced around. So as it bounced around this point, I took it for a little push. I didn't catch it for full TP. I mean, I was going for like a little bit, but I saw it bouncing off the liquidity right here and I just pulled out. Because what I was looking for here is, so if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that there's different little intricacies that you guys can take here, right? Like for example, if you see price bouncing around, if it gets near the liquidity right here, I typically take it for like a quick little push. I try to catch it for 100 pips, but I just got scared. I was like, screw that, because I was taking a FOMO move here. This isn't 100% a FOMO move. This is what I try to advise you guys not to do. And this is what I was trying to get, right? It hit liquidity. So this is what I was trying to get, but I FOMO'd into this trade. I keep trying to advise you guys not to FOMO, but I do it myself. So, I go against my own advice sometimes, but I still make profit off that. So this was supposed to be 1,000 profit for me, but I only made 690, which, I mean, it is what it is. I'll take what I can take. But, this is the discipline that I was kind of telling you guys about. It doesn't matter how long you guys have been trading for. I've been trading for like, 11 years now. I still get FOMO, just like you guys. I FOMO'd into it and then I got scared, so I pulled out and I could have made the full profit here. But so here's the thing. I wanted to catch it as it was going down right here, and I wanted to catch it until it dropped to down here because we have another area of liquidity. But it did hit liquidity right here. If you guys are familiar with liquidity, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, how we apply it at K2. But yeah, I mean, whatever. I'll take a screenshot of my profits, but don't do that. Don't do what I did there, guys, unless you guys are very confident. I was confident about it reaching this point, but I wasn't like 100% confident. So I didn't let it run to TP. I just closed out early. But I'll send a screenshot of what I did there. I'll send you guys my profits. I'm sure a lot of you guys did it too, because I see some profits here. So some of you guys here did kind of follow me. Harry over here locking a total of 1,215. Regular work, Harry. Maddie over here as well. Dang, what happened? Oh, weird. Yeah, so Maddie looks like you had like some slippage right there, something that happened. because it's weird. This account you have a loss, but this account you have a win. Yeah, it's weird. If this is, I think this is your MFF, huh? You might want to message them and see if they can fix you with that. See, it's been happening for weeks now. Yeah, I mean, that's weird. 6.5 lot size too. You know what you should probably do, Maddie? I would recommend using your smaller account as the main account. Because if you're copying it to like a smaller, or I don't know, you're using fixed lots, you're using, oh, it still has the issue. Yeah, that's weird. Let's take that off real quick. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know what's up with your account though, because everything here looks fine. I don't know how this one got into negative though. Well, this one here is positive. Oh yeah, I see it. It's taking like way smaller profit. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Because your 200 here is you're making like full profit, and then over here you're like locking in like partial. It's not even half of like what you're locking. Like here you locked in 900, almost 1,000. Here you only locked in 207. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, no idea, bro. Unfortunately, maybe you want to talk to their support, and they'll probably help you. I know they're not FTMO, so probably not going to be as helpful, but I mean, it's worth a try, right? All right, so here is, let's take a screenshot of my main account. And it looks like a lot of you guys did take the trade there with me, so I'll take a look at your profits shortly as well. Let me just screenshot my current ones right here. It's like there was some slippage across my accounts, but it's okay. It's only off by like $100 or so. Seems like my FTMO copier has been getting some slippage, but it's all right. Happens. All right, my MFFs look fine. Oh, there's definitely some slippage. You guys will see right now on my MFF. Some of my MFFs made more profit than others. I have 3 MFF accounts, so you guys can see the difference between 3. Oh wait, no, that's wrong account. Sorry. Delete that last one. I got so many accounts now, it's hard for me to take screenshots. Actually, no, there was some slippage. So let me show you guys. My second MFF made a lot more than my first one, which I'm not complaining about. I like it when the slippage works in my favor. So I actually made a lot more profit on that one. And then my last MFF over here. Okay, this one had lag slippage too, which worked in my favor, which is a good thing. All right, so yeah, let me just, I'm gonna screenshot this right here so I can show you guys, because I know a lot of you guys like looking back at the trade and stuff. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this so that you guys can refer back to this, because I know some of you guys like going back and just referring back to the trade that we took during the live. I mean, you guys could always go back on the live to review it, but I'm just going to take a screenshot of this right here, so that you guys have a trade to tie to my profits, right? Like for example, here, I took this trade last night. I showed you guys what trade I took so that you guys can go back and review it if necessary. Same with this one right here. This is gonna be pivot scalp. Oops. So there goes that right there. Let me go and post my profits real quick so that you guys can see. That's basically the trade that I based it off. I entered it late, but it was mostly based off that analysis there. So it was just a ride to liquidity. So here are all of my accounts. You guys can see the price, the difference between all of these right here. So here's my main account. You guys can see the green strip from last night. I let it hit full TP. I made a profit of 690 off that trade, total of 1,145 off this account. My second account, copy over here, it was off by $100. So some slippage there, still profit of 1,045 over total. Here's my MFF. My MFF number one made 1,200 or 1,120, made 600 off that trade. Here's my second MFF number two. You guys can see I made 800 off this. So some slippage here, but in my favor. So I made 1,120 off this account, 1,320 off this account. And then my third account. And this is how you guys can see that these are three different accounts, right? A lot of people they keep asking me if these are the same accounts, but they're not. You can see the profits here are different. They're three different MFF accounts. There's slippage that happens sometimes. A lot of the times they're fine, but slippage happens. There's no denying it. It happens. So my third account over here, I made 800 off this as well, but my profit is 1,270. So main account FTMO 1,145, FTMO copier 1,045, MFF number one 1,120, MFF number two 1,320, and MFF number three 1,270. So solid profits off that. Solid profits, or I would say partial profits off that K2 US30 minute. Scalp to liquidity. And I try to stay as detailed as I can be. So if you guys ever go back and review the trades, you guys know exactly what I took. So I try to put partial profits so that you guys can see that the full trade did hit. However, I took partial profits because, for whatever reason. So solid profits right there. Solid day so far for everybody here. It seems like there's no other entries here available right now, guys. It's right at the session. So there's nothing for us to take right here. Obviously, sessions, huge red flags. No reason for us to take any trades right now. Let me scroll up real quick and see what everyone else did. So Nelly over here locked in a total of 387. Nice work, Nelly. We got Jamie over here locked in a total of 117. Nice work, Jamie. She said didn't get full TP. Some profit is better than no profit or a loss. See you later for me for session. Yeah, definitely, Jamie. We'll see you on the mentoring session later. Professor over here said 1,400 on the move Sean just took. This is my funded account TFF. Total profits on the funded is 2,301. Big congrats to you, Professor. All right, nice work. So you're right back at it. Al over here currently locked in a total of 3,220. Nice work, Al. Chris said first day on first FTMO challenge. Thanks, Sean, definitely. So Chris's first day here at K2 as well. Locked in a total profit of 413. Great work right there, Chris. It's only the beginning. So hopefully we'll get you funded by the end of the month. Shouldn't be no problem. Looking over here, Professor, nice profit off that. Scrolling down lower, I think we're good with that right there. Copy this over to profits. So if you guys have profits to send in, I'm saving everyone's profits to the posting for today. So if you guys have any profits, don't forget to send them in so that you guys can be showcased on the profit post for today. If you guys don't send them in, it's all right. You'll get on the next one for tomorrow. But definitely good idea. Eunice over here also took the sell, locked in a total of 487 for the day. This is his main account. Nice work right there, Eunice. And then his copier locked in a total of 58. Great work right there, Eunice. Glad to see that it actually copied over this time. Kevin over here, he's trying out FTMO for the first time, locked in a total of 3,185. Great work, Kevin. And everyone's killing it today. Great work to, great way to kick off the trading week. Charles over here, he said first trade on the brand new 200K is his new account, locked in a total of 1,572. Nice work, Charles. His second account locked in 847. Nice work, Charles. And then his third account locked in 154. It's a brand new account. All right, solid, guys. I think that's it for the profits right now so far. Other than that, it's 7:50 right now, so it's getting close to 8. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'm gonna check the chat real quick to see if there's anything that I'm missing over here. So thanks guys for responding to the questions. Yeah, Alexander said he FOMO'd with me. Nice. No, I'm glad to see that you guys made profit off that. Other than that, there's nothing else for us to take at the moment. This right here would not be a V3 because, or I mean, if it closes without the signal, this would technically be a V3, but it's right at the sessions, right? So I would not take the trade right here for a sell. Just FYI, guys. Solo said, how many hours until the mentoring session? It's going to be 8 o'clock right now when you get off, Solo. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, about 5 hours. Or no, sorry, 6 hours. My bad. I counted wrong. So we're going to get off at 8 o'clock, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So 6 hours from now, we'll be back here for the mentoring session at 2 p.m. Kevin said, do you have to put a hard stop loss on FTMO? I always just do it manually. Yeah, I do it. I just have the DOM set it up, Kevin, but you don't have to. It's not like other brokers. Like they don't require that you have a stop loss. But the thing is, like if you don't have a stop loss, if it goes past it, that's like no excuse, right? So I know you're smart about it, so you should be fine doing it manually. I personally do it manually too sometimes, but it's not required to set a stop loss. I know a lot of other brokers require that, but you don't need to do it with FTMO. You know, they put that responsibility on the actual trader. So, and you're pretty responsible as is. So I think you're fine. All right, so again, right here, this was a pivot scalp entry, not one that I would take. A couple red flags I want to remind you guys for. Red flags again over here, right? For one, it is near the sessions. Red flag number one. Red flag number two, candle prior to entry is too large. This candle here is way too big compared to all the other candles. So expect some retracement here. So looking at this right here, retracement, either the full candle, which is about 540 pips, or halfway, which would be about 270 pips. So as you can see right here, price retraced up, and then it may come back down, right? So just keep in mind. Not one that I would take, but just, you know, giving you guys a heads up here. Huge red flags to avoid. Sessions and candles just way too big. Let's see. Chris said 10 p.m. in Australia. I'm off to bed before I FOMO trade even more. Well done, everyone. Definitely, Chris. So we'll see you tomorrow. If you're up early, then you know we'll be live in 6 hours for the mentoring session. If not, we will catch you tomorrow for the next live session. So great first day for you, Chris. You know, hoping for some more great days for you here at K2. I know this is your first day here, so it's just the first of many. Yeah, so, you know, big welcome to a lot of the new members here in K2. And I know a lot of you guys signed up over the weekend, just joined the premium. So, you know, a lot of you guys here who just joined, you guys did send in your profits. I'm glad to see that you guys pretty much made your money's worth. I mean, you basically paid off your K2 subscription with like 1 or 2 trades this morning. So great day overall. Yeah, I think like Chris over here, you locked in. How much did you lock in today? Yeah, because Chris just signed up, like, I think today. You locked in enough to cover your K2 subscription for like the whole year, basically, off that one trade, or a couple trades, actually. So, yeah, great work, guys. So just a reminder, guys, we're having the mentoring session today at 2 p.m., just FYI. Trying to see if there's anything else that I need to remind you guys. It's 7:55 right now, so we're going to get off this live session in about a few minutes. If you guys have any questions for right now, feel free to put it in the chat. Otherwise, feel free to email me or message me on Telegram, and then I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. So going back to this trade right here, as I mentioned. So guys, look how I marked it up right here, right? I mentioned price was going to come up and retrace and come back down. This is where I would enter a late entry, right? So for example, I wouldn't enter right here, but if I entered late right here, I would have went straight into TP. Which I could have done, but you know, I'm not really, as I mentioned, I'm not looking to take anything risky. So I was kind of just sitting around and waiting for something better to come along. But if you guys did take this trade here and waited for it to pull back, then you would have made TP off this. Just always keep this in mind, guys, the red flags. I might have to make another video for this. You know, actually I will. I'll make a video for this in the future, red flags, but this is just something to always look at, right? The main things that you guys want to confirm always is going to be bias. So for one, confirm overall bias. For two, confirm red flags, right? Other than that, if you see any entries, take your entries, right? You see any strategies to take, great, take all of them if you want, but just make sure that none of these, like this, is met, and that price is not near any of these things right here. If that's the case, then you should have almost 100% win rate, like a lot of us do have here. It's all about looking for the quality trades. So, all right, guys, it's getting close to 8, so I have nothing else to cover right now. It's, what I expect here is price to drop even further. What I can see here is price might push lower and hit this area of liquidity. Then when it hits this area of liquidity, and there it is, it's hitting liquidity, right? I'm expecting it to possibly bounce back up or drop further. Two different scenarios that can play out here. It'll probably drop further or it'll bounce back up. That's what you guys want to break it down to. Whenever you guys analyze a trade or an entry, you guys always want to have two scenarios. Is price going to go up or is price going to go down? You don't want price to be going sideways. That's not a scenario. That's just ranging or consolidation. For this right here, there goes the scenario, right? Price came down, hit liquidity, and then now it's bouncing back up. Scenario number 1's been met. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Andreas over here just sent in his profits, locked in a total of 347 euros for the day. Nice work, Andreas. All right. I mean, other than that, I think that's it for today. So if you guys have any more detailed questions, you can go ahead and message them to me right now and I'll add them to the list. That'll be the first thing we cover during the mentoring session. Otherwise, if you guys don't have anything specific, I will be having the mentoring session in about 6 hours. So when you guys rejoin, feel free to come with as many questions as possible. And, I'm going to be there to help you guys out and answer whatever question you guys have. Make sure that you guys reach the consistency that you're looking for, just like everyone else in the group. So other than that, guys, have a great rest of your morning. And if you guys don't have to trade, I would just sit out the rest of the day, right? The last thing you want to do is lose all your profits you made here with me on the live, taking risky trades, throughout the day. Unless you guys check off all of the checklists and make sure that there's no risky trades that you're taking, then you should be good. But other than that, I will see you guys in a couple hours. So have a great rest of your morning, guys. And I will see you guys at 2 p.m. Pacific for the